Yeah, for sure. Well, at the earliest stage from a sort of a individual life cycle perspective or, just a general chronology, I mean, one of the underlying elements that we have to sort of recognize is we don't teach financial knowledge and education at any level in the United States. We don't really, I mean, maybe you learn how to write a check in third grade, which is a little antiquated. Maybe you balance a very simple ledger in sixth grade as a part of the math curriculum. But at the end of the day, 70% of Americans, 60 to 70% of Americans will only really achieve a high school degree. And at the high school level, there's no basic personal finance whatsoever. Maybe you take an optional business class and, 2 to 3 or maybe 5% of the population has taken some type of business class in high school. But even as you get into college and studying things like accounting or business, there's not really ever a pathway for people to learn basic personal financial concepts, which leaves them vulnerable to mistakes as they move deeper and deeper into adulthood. And just think about this, right? The average college student is graduating with about $37,000 in in student loan debt. And on top of that, something people don't often know is the average college student is walking out of college and into the workforce with $4,000 in credit card debt. And so you start off life behind, and you are expected to not only be on track, but most people's aspirations are to be quote unquote ahead of the game. And it's increasingly difficult with all of these sort of just macroeconomic situations that we're finding ourselves in, right? Decreased entry-level jobs lead to decreased overall pay throughout your career. And that's something that disproportionately affects graduates that are entering the workforce during recessionary times. And then you load into it, changing societal factors like people getting married later, buying homes later, having more debt on the front side of their life. And I saw a statistic recently, the average baby boomer, so we're talking like 45 to 60 years old, they have $40,000 on average in retirement accounts, which is woefully underprepared, such that this may be the first generation that doesn't have enough resources, including things like Social Security, to actually retire, which has a whole bunch of rebound effects, including staying in jobs longer, which disallow younger generations from being promoted and paid more. And these types of downward sort of pressures can really impact people at the individual level significantly over 5, 10, 15 years. And you layer in a global pandemic and all of these sort of underlying symptoms of lack of financial health become exacerbated. And so people are walking in every single day to work with 85% of Americans are financially stressed. Like, you can make $150,000 and still be financially stressed and living paycheck to paycheck. And so it's not just individuals experiencing lower pay or hourly work. It's truly something that is spread across the entire population.